Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new in this channel, you're highly welcome. My name is Blessing, and if you are new in this channel, please, and you have not subscribed, please endeavor to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be notified. In today's tutorial, we'll be teaching you how to make this corset top with a basque waist. If this sounds like what you want to learn, definitely keep on watching and let's go. So guys, this is me with my pattern paper, and I'm drawing out my line, and we all know that this line, I normally draw this line for my starting, okay, and this line I'm drawing is just like a guide for me, and it will serve as my shoulder measurement, my shoulder line. So from that line there, I will just come down to all my vertical measurements. Then this is me marking my chest line, bust point line, under bust, and the full length. Before the full length, I will mark my waist measurement, okay. So this is my waist measurement I'm marking now. Then I will come down to 21 inches. I will come down to 21 inches. You can as well come down to 22 inches if you want. So this is my desired length I want. So now after that, I'll just go ahead to use a straight ruler to just rule all this mark that are marked. I will rule all of them straight like this. So guys, after ruling up my lines, I will just go ahead to label all these lines. This is my chest, my shoulder line. This is my chest line. This is my bust points line, my under bust line, my waist line, and my full length, okay. So this is the full length. So now the first step I will take is to divide my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. Then I will mark what I have on the line there. So I will mark it. So after marking there, I'll come to the chest line that's on the line of the chest line there. I will also repeat what I mark on the shoulder line to enable me to have a straight line. So I will use a straight ruler now to just connect these 2 points together, just the way you see me doing now. So guys, this is how it comes out. So the next step is to take my neckline. So I'm using 3 by 3 for the basic neckline for this one, because of course we are not using the neckline. So I'm just putting it just for the purpose of the tutorial. I'm just putting it, I'm not using it for anything, okay. So I will just go ahead to roll it up with a curve ruler like this. Then after that, I will just take my shoulder slope, come to this straight line here that I mark, and I will come down by 1 inches. So after coming down by 1 inches, and I will use a straight ruler to connect it to meet this chest, the neck width, okay. So this is how it comes out. All right, so guys, the next step we'll be taking now is just to divide my bust measurement by 4. Then I will just mark it. Then I'll come to this part here to look for my midpoint for me to able to create my armhole curve. Then I'll look for the midpoint. I'll just mark a notch there. Then from that mark there, I will come in by 0.5 inches like this. So now I can able to create a curve with using the curve ruler like this. Then I'll first of all connect from the bust line, the chest line, to the midpoint. Then from the midpoint to the shoulder, okay. So now this is how it comes out. Our armhole is ready. So now the next step is to divide my bust band, and my bust band is 3.5 inches. I'll just mark it all the way down. So guys, I have done connecting my line. So the next step is to come to this shoulder here, and I will first of all measure what I have like this. Then after measuring, and I will divide it into 2. Then after dividing into 2, and I will look for the midpoint and mark, okay. So from this midpoint now, I will just use a straight ruler to connect it down to the bust point line like this. So you can see our line is straight now. So now the next step is to create our dart. So from this under bust here, I will come in by 1.5 inches, okay. Then from this other side, I will come out by 5 inches, so is 0.5. So I'll repeat everything that I marked there. I will repeat it on the waist down to the full length as shown. So guys, I will just go ahead to roll up this line after marking. So I will roll up the line down to the full length. Then I'll use a curve to just connect it. First of all, I will come down from the bust point by 1 inches, okay. Then after coming down by 1 inches, then I will just curve it. For this other side here, I will use a straight ruler to curve, to connect it down to the 1 inch I come down with, and the other part here, I will just use a kind of curve to blend it like this, okay. And this is basically it. This is the down part. So moving to the upper part, so now this is how you determine how you really want this part to be. It's personal preference. So I would like to make mine 1.5 from the chest line. When I mark it from, measure it from the shoulder, is about 6.5. So guys, this is how high I want the upper part to be. So now after marking, I will just roll that part up. I will roll it up like this, okay. I will roll it up just the way you see me rolling. So guys, after rolling like this, so I will just go ahead to contour this upper bust like this. So I will just mark 0.5 inches on both sides so that it will contour this upper bust, okay. So I will just go ahead to connect it down to the bust point line, just the way you see me connecting. So I will move over to the other part, and I will also connect it with a straight ruler like this, okay. So that is it. So you can see the other side is not that curved, so I will use this curving ruler like this to blend it up so that it will curve in this area here. So guys, that is it. So you can see that this is a bustier curving. So now we move over to the makeup set. We want to create our cup. So first of all, we create the space between the two cups. So from this bust point, I come up by 1 inch. So from the 1 inches, I come out by half an inch. So that is the space I want in between the cup. So I'll come to the under bust here and repeat the same thing there. So I will just use a straight ruler to just connect these lines together. So I'll connect from this 1 inches, this half inches like this. Then I will extend it to the under bust like so. This particular corset, this way I'm drafting mine, and this is how I find it very helpful to me. So and try it out. So now I'll just connect it to meet from that part there to meet the under bust. So we curve it in a way that this other down part we have a kind of not a sharp point, kind of curvy part at the bottom part. So you can see that from this angle here, it should be not more than 1.25 here, okay. Just make sure you place your curve rule in a way that this part that I'm putting my tape here is not more than 1.25, okay. It can be 1 inch, it can be 1.25. So you curve it in a way that the down part, which is the bottom, the under bust there, is a kind of curve at this part. So I'm trying to figure out where so that I can curve it well, so that this down part will be curving, okay, not sharp, okay. So you can see that I am curving it like this, okay. to meet this other part here. You can see that the down part is kind of curved, so that it will create a room to cover your bust very well at the under bust. You can see that it's not sharp at the down part. So guys, the next step is to connect from this upper point to meet the midpoint. Okay, so you can see I'm using this curving ruler to connect a kind of a sweetheart neckline. Okay, a sweetheart neckline. So I connect from that leg to meet this part here. So you can see that the one cup is ready. You can see how beautiful it comes out. So come over to the other bust. For us to have the other bust, so first of all, we mark this part here. We divide it into two like this. Okay, this space between this that leg for the armhole, so you divide it into two, then you connect it to meet the under bust. Okay, connect it, just connect it. I find out that curving ruler is not giving me what I want, so although this my curving is bad, so I just manage this curve rule, so that let me just manage this one, but at the end it come out nice anyways. So I just use this, I manage this curve ruler to connect, so you can see. So I extended my line up like this. Okay, you can see that this other curve is coming out well. So you can see that this down part, it has a room to occupy your bust. So now connect from this other dart leg down to meet the armhole leg, like armhole curve line like this. So I will just place my ruler in a way that the two lines will correspond. So I will draw my line like this, just the way you see me doing now. So guys, that is it. You see that the two cup is out, so I just extend the other one up like this. Okay, extend it up like this. You can see that the two cup is ready and it's very printed. Okay, so guys, that is it. So the next step is to make sure you just cross check this part here, because one is not normally longer than one. If you did not cross check it and you did not correct the error here, you will end up having one side longer than one side when you want to join your cup. Okay, just go ahead to cross check this part. You can see me that I am cross checking this part here, so that any one that is longer than anyone, I will just quickly correct it, so that it won't affect me when connecting the two cups together. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Please check this upper part very well, because one normally higher than the other one. Okay, so if one is longer than the other one, you just correct it and blend it. Okay, you can see me cross checking it very well, so that I will not make a mistake when joining these two fabrics together, the two cups together. Because if you not cross check it here, when you are joining your cup, one cup will be longer than the other cup. Okay, so to avoid that, just make sure you correct this part. Okay, so guys, now it's time for us to replace our dart. So I will replace my dart here. We have already marked our bust measurement. Then I'll replace my dart and add 1.5 inches for seam allowance. Then I'll come over to the bust point. I'll just copy what I have on the chest line to the bust point. You can see. So for this under bust, I will divide my under bust measurement divided by 4. So after dividing my under bust, I will add my dart intake like this. Okay, and add my seam allowance of 1.5 5 inches like this. So after that, I will come over to the waist and I will mark my waist as well. So this is the hip part, the full length. I mark my hip measurement, then I will do the same thing to it as well. So guys, that is basically all. So I will just go ahead to connect all these lines together, just where you see me doing. So guys, that is it all. So I will just blend the hip, the waist area there so as it can be curved. Basically, that is all. I will just go ahead to cut out this pattern. So guys, this is how it comes out after cutting out my pattern paper. So now for the basque effect, the basque waist effect, now what I will do is to just blend these two pattern paper, the center front and the side front. I'll blend it together like this, and I will use my masking tape to hold it together so that we can come over to the basque effect. Okay, I don't really want mine to that long, okay, but if you want yours to long, is fine, but I don't want mine too long. That is why I will not do it long. But if you want yours to be long, it's definitely your own decision. Okay, so this is me. So this, guys, I'm trying to use my masking tape to hold the two together so that this is how it comes out. So I'll bring out a fresh paper, so I will just blend it on top of, I'll put it on top of the fresh paper like this, and I'll use my masking tape to hold these two together as well. Okay, so guys, this is me trying to attach this to my masking tape. Along the line, my masking tape got finished, so I'll just manage it like that. Okay, so now the next step is to just measure from that point down to 3 inches, but this is how long you want it. If you want it that long, go ahead to mark 4 inches from that point there. So I just decide to, so I will just draw a line there to indicate that this part is where I want to stop my back waist. But I later have a second thought that it will be too short, so I added half an inch to the main measurement. So you can see that the first one is no longer needed, so I will just strike it out. So from that point there, I will come in by 1 inches. But if you want this part here to be wide enough, you can come in by 2 inches or 1.5. Okay, so I decided to come in by 1 inch. By the time I open it up, it will be 2 inches. So from this side here, from the waist, I'll come down by 2 inches from the waist. Okay, from this other side, then I will make a curve to meet this 1 inches here. Okay, I don't have a curve, my curve ruler has break, so I will be using my free hand to do this. So I will just try to use my free hand to do this particular style. So since assuming I have my pattern, my curve ruler, so it could have been better, but since I don't have, so let me just try with my free hand to just connect it. I'm trying to connect it with my free hand to correspond with this 1 inches that I marked at this bottom part. Okay, so that is it, guys. So guys, after doing, I will just go ahead to mark it very well, but I see that this curve is not giving me what I want, so I recurve it again. So you can see that we are not using the other part, so I will just go ahead to cut out. Basically this part is ready. So guys, if you want yours to be long, like I said, go ahead to extend the back squeeze down. Okay, so this is how it comes out. Okay, so I will bring out another paper to cut out the back. Okay, I'll cut out the back like this and ensure that the back and the other side must correspond. Okay, the back will not have a back waist, so it will correspond like this, and I will just connect, I'll just extend all the line. First of all, pin it down. Okay, I'm pinning it, then I will just roll it. Just let me say I'm just transferring everything that I have on the front pattern to the back except the basque waist. So you can see that I remove the basque waist. Okay, so I've traced that, then I will use a straight ruler to blend them out so that it will come out very well. Okay, so guys, that is it. I'll just connect it. The back does not really have too much work, but guys, I forgot to add my zipper allowance for this pattern. But when I'm cutting my main fabric, I will add my zipper allowance, please. But if you want to use a loop on this corset, you can as well just leave it like this, and you will minus about 2 or 3, it all depends on you, to have that space in between the bag that you will lace. Okay, hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, that is it. I will just go ahead to cut out this pattern. So guys, you can see this is the side. You can see I'm identifying them and my back. So like I said, if I'm transferring to my main fabric, I will add my zipper allowance. So guys, you can see that the front and the back and the side, they are corresponded together. You can see that these two parts here must correspond together. Okay, because when you are joining your fabric, one must not be longer than one. Okay, so you can see that everything, they are intact and it's looking pretty. So in my next video, I will post where I where I join all these pieces together. Okay, because this video is too long for now, so I will just cut it here. So I will just transfer to my main fabric. So this is my main fabric. You can see I added half an inch and I notched the bust point. Okay, I notched my bust point there. So guys, that is it. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you are not yet to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any video from this channel. Thank you very much. You can see I have transferred all my fabrics, all my pattern to my fabrics and my lining as well. So thank you. In my next video, I will explain more about this part. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in my next video.